All right, everybody. I want to show you this freaking awesome 1968 Country Squire wagon that I found on Facebook Marketplace. And this was actually back early June that I found this, or mid-June, I don't remember. It was right before I went to Dearborn, whenever that was. And I love this car. It's so unique. And I'll show you everything, but the asking price is $15,000. And I told myself then, it's like, well, that thing's not going to last long. And as you guys, well, most of you know, that I was trying my best to get my own 77 Country Squire station wagon ready to go to Dearborn. So I just kind of blew this off like, well, there's no way that I can pursue this right now. I got to get my own car done, and I got to go to Dearborn, and then I'm sure this thing won't be here, won't still be there. It's out in Connecticut. I said, like, I just told myself it's not going to last long. It won't be there when I get back, so I might as well just forget about it. And I think it was gone in about 3 days. It was marked sold, but it's still on here. So I want to show you guys this car because it's so cool. And this is a video that's actually on the ad. Yeah, like he put this video on there for the first picture. So let's watch this video. Runs really good. Sitting there purring like a kitten, no smoke. You know, of course, I always look at everything before I read. And then here we see this 428 and disc brakes and air conditioning and things like that. So I was like, man, this car is pretty cool. And I want to go back here real quick and watch this again. I want to stop it at a certain spot. I got to start over from the beginning, so... But I want to stop it. I want to show you guys something. You know, most people's going to think right off the bat, well, there's no way that car is worth $1,500 because it needs, or $15,000, sorry, because it needs finished and, you know, all that. Well, this car is so rare to start with. But then I noticed this thing right here. And do you guys know what that is? I'll be the first to admit, I did not know what that was. I bought a 68 LTD with a 428 in it, and I had no idea what it was. I asked my dad, I was like, what the hell's that? And he said, I don't know, I've never seen anything like it. And the wire wasn't hooked up right, so I was like, well, there's no way this could work. And I'll go out and I'll show you. We've talked about this before on that LTD, but not all of you, I'm sure, have seen it. I just kind of blew it off, like didn't know what it was. Well, then I was looking on Marketplace again, and I saw a 68 Mercury Park Lane with the 428 in it, and it had that as well. So I contacted my friends Gry and Lars in Norway and asked them, because they know their 68 Mercuries really well. And Gry knew, and she showed me in the books, her parts books, and we had this whole long conversation about it. And it's called a starter delay relay, and apparently all of the Cobra Jet 428s got it, like in the Trinos and things like that. And then sometime in, it seems like April, I want to say, I can't say for sure, but it's sometime in the mid 1968 Ford model year, all of the 428 cars got this thing. And I'm told, and I've looked them up too, they are very expensive. If you find one that works, you get somewhere like between $1,000 and $1,500 for that one piece right there. So let's finish this video. Okay, let's stop here and go out and take a closer look at that starter kill or starter delay relay. All right, so there you see it, the starter delay relay for 428 cars. Now, this is exactly how, and I'm going to get in this light here. This is how this thing was hooked up when I bought this car. And so I'm looking at it, and it's just this box that's bolted underneath the starter relay, and it's got this wire that comes out of it and goes right back in it. That's why I told my dad, I was like, well, what can it do? You know, I don't get it. And so after I talked to Gry and Lars and we figured out what it was, I realized then what you do, somebody just bypassed it. And here's how it hooks up. This is the one that comes from the ignition, your starter trigger wire, and then it goes through here, and then this plugs onto the starter relay. So what happens And this is just simply to keep from grinding your starter, is what I'm told. And here's what happens. You go to start your car and it don't start like that, see? Hit it again, won't start. You got to give it a little bit. Then it'll crank again. See? Now it won't. If it doesn't start, you got to wait. So that's what it is. And actually I need to get it off here and put it in the safe, I guess, because it still works, and apparently it's worth somewhere between $1,000 and $1,500 to the right guy with a 428 Cobra Jet car. So that piece alone on that $15,000 station wagon that we're going to go back in and finish talking about could be worth $1,000 to $1,500 by itself. And a lot of people don't know to look for that on those cars. So if you see that, that is a starter delay relay for the 428 cars, and people with Cobra Jets really want them. So let's get back in there and look at that wagon. Okay, so here's my saved stuff on Marketplace, and you see here it says sold. I don't see a date when it was on there, but anyway, this is the picture that I saw, and I saw, oh, a 68 XL, you know, I see the bucket seats and stuff. So I click on it, and there's the video that we've already watched. So we'll go to the next one. And of course, like I say, you know, at this time, of course, I still haven't read anything, and I see this bucket seats and console, you know, still has the red shifter handle, so that tells you it's likely the original shifter handle for this bucket seat and console. And here's a tilt column for a floor shift. You don't ever see that. I see power windows, I see the air conditioning and the power disc brakes, but now these bucket seats are clearly out of a, I mean, it said 428 Country Squire with bucket seats, so I'm just assuming, you know, yeah, it definitely could have been a 428, but bucket seats, somebody added it, which I've had this conversation with other guys, and, you know, some people say they got through, and I'm like, well, I've never seen one, and there was one on a Facebook group, and I just asked the guy, so would you please show us a picture of your tag so we could see what the trim code for the interior is, and he refused to do it. Well, then this other guy I know, Eric Held, that's on a lot of those groups, nice guy, he says, Tony, according to Adrian Clemens, and Adrian Clemens will know, you know, some of them did get through with bucket seats and console. I'm like, well, I'd have to see one to believe it, and now I got to eat my words, because here it is. This thing's real, except what I don't understand is these, to me, look like 69 bucket seats. And, okay, if we go over here and we look at how, let's just go ahead and I'll read it to you best I can. I'm not the best out loud reader, but here it goes. It says, rare special order 1968 Ford Country Squire, late 68 build, Colorado car, solid. Options include 428 disc brakes, power windows, air conditioning, tilt wheel. As you can see in the pictures, the wood grain has been removed. Was planning on restoring it, but ran into multiple obstacles with finding a painter. Believe me, I know what the freaking crap that's like. It says, have the Marty report. Estimated at less than 7 produced with bucket seats, because bucket seats were not an available option in 68. New shocks, brakes, timing chain, water pump, heater core, rear coil springs, window motors, carburetor, Pertronix ignition, dual exhaust, runs great, have wood grain to finish, roof rails, dash pad, and it says black in parentheses, so that means the dash pad he's got's black, but it could be dyed red. And all the moldings, front buckets were redone. I have an extra tailgate and extra front fenders as well. Some filler in the driver's side rear quarter, lower section, runs and drives, have build sheet and clean title. And it was out there in Wallingford, Connecticut, real close to my buddy Simon. But anyway, I'm looking at these bucket seats, and it says they're recovered. Well, they're clearly not 68 bucket seats. And, you know, like I said, I had not even read it at the time that I'm looking at this, and I'm thinking, well, somebody's put a 68 console and a tilt column in it and 69 bucket seats. And then I read that. I'm like, okay, it says he's got the Marty report. Let's move on. Here's another picture. You know, it doesn't look that great. Dirty. He could have cleaned it up a little. Should have put the dash pad on, really. There's an engine pick. Underneath, a little rusty, not bad. New mufflers. Okay, here's this Marty report. And he's got a glare on it. Let's see if there's another one. Guess not. Let's go back to this Marty report. Okay, built at Chicago. 1968, Country Squire. Dual facing rear seat, wagon. Got serial number, Wimbledon white. Okay, it says special trim right there. I got the arrow, if you guys can see it right here. Just follow that. See, it says special trim. There's no code. And if you go over here to the door data plate, right here, there's no code because there would not have been a code for Country Squire wagon with bucket seats. It was ordered as retail in Littleton, Colorado. Oh, white sidewall tires, power side windows, deluxe luggage rack, power disc brakes, power steering, tilt steering wheel, single key locking system, air conditioner, select air, AM radio, tinted glass, heavy duty suspension. So it's even got, like, you know, station wagon had the heavy duty stabilizer bar on it just like they put on the GT, but this one even got the rest of the heavy duty suspension stuff, which would have included the beefed up lower control arms and the heavy duty shocks and coil springs. So what a cool car. And he's got this cut off a little bit. So it says this vehicle was built as a domestic special order from photos supplied by customer. It appears to have had bucket seats, and I'm going to say that's installed, at the assembly plant. And then it just goes on like everything else. It was produced on June 20, 1968, 7 days behind schedule. And then you just get up here. And this is another thing that I think's odd. It was ordered as retail, which means somebody ordered this car. Like somebody walked in and ordered it. If the dealer ordered it, it would say stock. So somebody ordered this car. And the order was received on April 30th, 1968. I don't really consider that a late build. It said that it's a late 68 build. I don't think that's too late, maybe mid 68. But anyway, that's irrelevant. It was serialized in June 3rd. Bucked, that's when the body was all put together, you know, all welded together. And see, scheduled for build on 6/13, actually built on 6/20 and released on 6/26/68. But get this, it wasn't sold until January 24th of 69. So who knows what happened here, what went on. Those are not 68 bucket seats. They are definitely, to me, look like 69 bucket seats, and they say they've been recovered. If I had it, if I would have been able to get it, I've got the bucket seats from 68 that I would have put in there. But, you know, was the car built with 69 bucket seats in June of 68? Were they available, or did somebody put them in there? I don't know. I mean, it actually didn't sell until 1/24 of 69, so the 69s would have already been out. So did the customer say, I don't want those 68 bucket seats, I like the 69 bucket seats better? There's something, I guess, that we will never know. And here, 9,318 with this paint code, less than 7 with these paint special trim codes. So they know that less than 7, which is weird to me. It even sounds like a high number because it's saying with this paint special trim code, that means there was less than 7 Wimbledon white Country Squires with red special trim. I don't know, unless special trim is just special trim period. It doesn't include, that's probably what it is. It probably doesn't mean whether it's red or black or what color it is. But to me, it almost sounds like there was, you know, less than 7 Wimbledon white Country Squires built with special trim. So what other colors got it? Were there more bucket seat wagons out there than we know of? I mean, I guess we'll never know. I mean, maybe the guy on that Facebook group really did have one, but why wouldn't he show us his data tag? It would have been blank right there. The trim code would have been blank, and I would have said, oh, well, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it did come with bucket seats and console, because I wasn't buying it because I just knew it wasn't an option and I'd never seen one. until Eric spoke up and said, yeah, Adrian says some got through. I was like, well, I'd have to see one. Well, now I'm seeing one. 1118 with these engine and transmission codes. I believe that says, I can't tell if that's 2 or 362 ordered from this DSO. I don't even know why they put that on there. Who cares how many was ordered from the ordering district? Put something else cool on there, like how many came with tilt wheel. I mean, geez, I don't care how many was ordered for the DSO. Give me something else, like 5,738 with power windows for the 1968 Country Squire 4-door dual-facing rear seat wagon. So, I mean, how freaking awesome in this car is this car? So, we see here it's got the mag style wheel covers like all the GTs had, which that's totally fine, because even though it says it, you know, the Marta report doesn't state that it was ordered that way with those. It's fine, because you could order those across the counter at the Ford dealer for any model, so they're totally period correct and they're fine with me. And there's another shot of it. So he says he's got all the wood trim. It's all been taken off, and really, I mean, you can tell all the body lines are in it. It doesn't, clearly it's not in very bad condition at all, if you know what to look for. I would love to have this car, and if I would have found this car, even though you guys know I always wanted that green 77 Country Squire, but I probably would have said, you know what, here's a 68 with bucket seats and console and factory air and disc brakes and tilt wheel and power windows. I think I'll just settle for this one. I'll stop looking for a 77. There's another picture, and that's back to the video. So I just wanted to show you guys this really cool, such a unique car here. You know, I've had guys tell me it's not worth $15,000, but something that rare, I don't know. I sure would have been thinking awful serious about it. So anyway, there's my Facebook Marketplace find. And I may start showing you guys some of this. If you want to see them, let me know, because there's a 78 Mercury not that far from me with the power moonroof. It's so loaded. It's got everything. It looks to me like it's got everything except automatic temperature control. But I think that guy is asking too much money for it. So if you guys want to see that one, let me know. Maybe I'll start showing you some of these Facebook Marketplace finds that if I'm not going to get them, I might as well turn you guys on to them, because maybe somebody will start watching my videos if I start doing this. I don't know. So if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and leave me a comment, because it helps serve up that algorithm or whatever they call it. I don't know. YouTube's taking all the credit for any views that my videos get. Like, almost, you know, I hit 9,000 subscribers yesterday, and it might say 35 for my subscription feed actually watched it. So I don't really, I'm confused about how YouTube works. Maybe my Facebook Marketplace finds will help. If you guys want to see them, let me know. Leave me a comment. And hit that notification bell up there so you'll see when I put up a video. I can't promise you, though, because I'm subscribed to Adam and Mark Bear down in Australia, and I rarely see their videos. I got the bell turned on, and it may be 15 hours, 20 hours, 24 hours, or days before their video may pop up, or it may not pop up at all. I go look, it's like, oh, they got a new video. I haven't seen it yet. So I have no clue how YouTube works, but I'm trying, guys. I really am. So again, if you like this video, please hit that thumbs up and leave me a comment and hit that notification bell, and please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching.